name's Les Jones and I'm the author of 12 Doors, the novel based and set in the town of Sunny Rill, where we are today. Thank you for having me at the studios, the Wicked Wales Studios in Marsh Road in Rill, the town where I've lived for over 40 years and worked for the past 25 on and off. I'm here today to have a chat with Rhiannon and Andrew about my novel, the adult novel called 12 Doors. 12 Doors is in essence about 12 male and female on-call firefighters in a fictional town of Stockwood-on-Sea. There are 19,000 on-call firefighters in the UK, and I've worked with many on-call firefighters as a police officer attending car crashes, house fires and rescues such as bridge rescues, etc. So I've had a knowledge of these on-call heroes who live next door to us, of course, for many, many years. And that was one of the key drivers in writing about these uncalled and unknown heroes who live, as I said, around the street, around the corner, or next door to us. So they had to be written about. They're a little bit like the on-call lifeboat crews that you see up and down the country. They respond to a pager system similar to the one I'm holding here, which can go off at any time of the day or night. They drop everything, they leave what they're doing, and they head to the fire station. So that was really one of the inspirations, one of the main drivers in writing about them, that I worked with them as an operational firefighter, as a police officer. I also know a few on-call firefighters too. The idea for the novel 12 Doors came during the first year of COVID 2020, which is when I started to put the foundation of the book together, really. Obviously, restrictions in movement applied that year, so we couldn't go travelling around the UK. But the following year, 2021, when the government lifted movement restrictions, me and my wife and our dog visited several coastal towns in the UK. We started in Morecambe, which is where The Bay, a TV drama based on crime, is filmed, which was quite inspirational to Stockwood-on-Sea. We also visited Blackpool, Southport, Morecambe, South Coast, Brighton, Bournemouth, Ramsgate, Margate, Clacton-on-Sea and Southend-on-Sea. So all of these coastal resorts, including Rill of course, was visited as part of the research phase. I also had contact with on-call fire stations and firefighters via my contact with North Wales Fire and Rescue. So all that was part of the research phase around writing the novel. As I said, it started in the March-April of 2020, literally on a project wall in my daughter's old bedroom. We came up with the foundation work, which is 40,000 words, by the end of 2021. So August 2021 is when I met my agent and we formed a contract to develop it into 70,000 words. That took another year and it became for sale on Amazon in the October of 2023. So all in all, around about 2.5 years from start to finish, really. But that included the first year of COVID where we couldn't move around the UK. So the first incident that the crew go to in 12 Doors is a very tragic incident involving, I'm afraid, animals, in our case, dogs. Most people, not everyone, but most people have an affection and a love for dogs. I'm one of them. So from the adult novel came the children's novel, which is pitched at around age 6 to 11. There's no pictures in it, it's just purely reading. It's age-appropriate material in here. And Bells is one of the puppies involved in the first incident they go to in 12 Doors. I wanted to cover two things in Bells that children go through in life, and unfortunately sometimes they are overlooked. One of those emotions that they go through is in dealing with loss. We all deal with loss in our life, and children are the same. They lose brothers and sisters, they lose mums and dads, and they lose pets, of course, and they have to grieve in their own way. So Bells has to deal with loss and how children can relate to loss in the book. The second aspect I wanted to cover in Bells was fear. We're all scared of something, me included. And Bells is afraid of fire. Bells becomes a fire investigation dog in London. So how can a fire investigation dog be afraid of fire? It's something she has to overcome, and you can read how she does it by buying Bells 12 Doors from Amazon. For me, the main thing I learned about myself and my journey in writing both books is the power of creativity and imagination. We all have it. I recently did a talk to a group of people, and I asked those group of people, and I think there was 40 people in the room, how many people put their hands up who were published authors. And I think there was one person other than me who put their hand up. I then asked everybody to raise their right hand, and all 40 people put their right hand up. And I said, that's how many potential authors are in this room. You just need to use your imagination and creativity and get those parameters set wide. So for me, one of the main things I learned was the magic of creativity and imagination and believing in something and turning it into words on a page, and eventually words from a page onto the small screen or the large screen. I do like novels. I particularly like novels about the emergency services, the military, specifically the army. I also like history books. I'm a big history fan, always have been since school days. So they're the two novels I tend to read about, really. Novels, so fictional novels, some autobiographical work too, but generally history books too. There are many steps involved. First of all is having the belief and the confidence in doing it, because no one's going to do it for you. You have to start somewhere. There is help out there. I'm happy to help anyone. If they want to contact me on social media, I'm happy to help any budding authors to get started and support them. It's having that belief, having the idea, having characters, having a storyline, having the imagination, and then knitting it and tying it all together. There normally is a hero. If there's a hero, there's normally a villain. There's normally an explosive start and an explosive end, and you have to fill the middle bits. But I'm happy to help anyone if they want to reach out, and I'm happy to support people. There is another novel planned. There are words on a page. There is a rough foundation. It is a set in North Wales. It's another never done before project, a bit like 12 Doors. These people have not been written about before. The next novel, I made some inquiries yesterday online. The next novel has an explosive start and a huge explosive ending, all set in North Wales. It's a police type novel with some characters in it from London who move up to sleepy North Wales, where nothing goes on, of course, but of course everything goes on. So that's going to be the next novel I anticipate writing, probably during next year.